Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back. I know it's hot. Saturday, 19th April 2025. Let's go. It's been a while. I took a hiatus and thought I have completed my work. It was my mother's birthday yesterday, 18th April. She's 81. And I haven't felt this way about her or just casually. My heart was just filled with love. Even when I tried, I could not remember all the negative experiences that just thinking about it would bring tears in my eyes, and it would seem like my heart would hurt. Stay with me, bear with me, even if it is hard. I am doing the work to embrace the weather, to even love the sun rays, and trust me, it's not all that bad. With a calm mind and a clear understanding, sometimes, not sometimes actually, all the time, we end up being very grateful, and the truth that it is all fine hits us and there is nothing to complain about. I'm sure someone, anyone hearing this voice will strike a chord somewhere. Each soul is on a journey, and it's a story. If one visualizes all the minds out there, all the mindsets like their dots, and if you take your finger and just touch one of them, can you just go into this, right? A black hole of thoughts and experiences and memories and whatnot. And it's crowded now. The earth is very crowded. So put up with it with a little more grace and dignity. When we get into the habit of complaining, then even on days when it is really actually cool, we tend to complain that it's too hot. The awareness of the reality. It's funny, we are so dependent on the phone's prediction of the weather. 100% of the time, my son and I would laugh about it when it would say rain and thunder, nothing would happen. And then while it's raining and while it's thundering, there is no sign of that prediction on the phone. So there is a lapse, there is a delay. I did an experiment today I have this habit of looking at a live cam live cameras on different places, especially where my son is living, and send him my love. And I tried to do it on the phone and the computer, and there was not that I was listening to some other music. I'm sorry. I was listening to some live spiritual devotional music on the computer and on the phone, and both of them were playing with a little difference. One was behind the other. So it's like that. It's a very difficult, almost impossible to be in tune and to be in sync. Yeah, we're syncing all the time, with this and that, but they're not in sync at the same time. There is a delay, there is a lapse, but there is one thing you can totally be in sync with, absolutely no glitch, no delay, and that is with your own self. Obviously, everyone might have already guessed. The thoughts that you are with, the life that you're living in the current moment, the experiences you're having in this lifetime, in this life story, which is leaving behind a history of the soul that you represent, a spark of the divine. And when you experience the oneness in His presence, the presence of that you're connected with someone, with something, then life is a very joyous and peaceful experience in the living and in the loving. My father used to say, there is one thing common in everyone, animals, every living being, that they understand love, they seek love knowingly or unknowingly, and it is only love that actually connects and binds and creates. It's love. We all come back, we go around, we run away, we do this, we get distracted. The love is sitting here with hands folded, hands crossed, and just smiling and waiting, attracting everything and everyone to itself. Are you with me? I already knew that the next topic we're gonna be on hardcore is love. L-O-V, love. The material representation of love is out there in the world already. That level of understanding it's primitive, it's raw, and it's beginners loving an actor or loving some object in the world, or just love stories, and what those minds think love is. Mostly it is a sexual energy that drives them, connects them, attracts them, but like I said, eventually we all get mature. Over and over again we keep doing the same thing, and it hits us. Ultimately it hits us. That's the hope of the soul that is creating this story to be a testimony of God's child. So began with Friday. It was Good Friday, beautiful day. Wished my mom, and we are at peace now. There is no, at least from my side, I have done the work to eliminate the bitterness or harsh memories, hatred, you name it. And I'm sure there's still more work to do. The moment you think you're perfect, something else comes up. So there are many classes going on at the same time, branches, if you may, from the foundation of love. It's amazing how creative that energy can be. When one intends to love, no matter what, no matter how hurtful the other person is, or a situation is, or an experience drove you into a mental state of complete chaos and disturbance and can't bear it anymore. It doesn't matter. When that love becomes creative and starts to think from that place, it's the source from it where it came, right? If we keep working on something that is contaminated, it's going to keep accumulating. It's just like a virus. They say, don't reboot, don't do anything when the virus is affected. If you do that, then it will spread into the entire system. One may take that analogy. So it's very, very, very important to be aware, awake, and conscious about where the thoughts are coming from, what intention behind, because ultimately behind there is that app running. You do know that a word of lie is coming out of your mouth and you know it. When you're casting a bad eye, an evil eye on someone or something, it's happening. I am able to see it very clearly now. It's a very visual experience now. There's no ambiguity at all. There's no magic here. It's just like we just you hit with that energy that's coming out of the person. We can experience that with animals a lot. I sometimes go out and peek at the pigeons. I started this relationship with the pigeons after I saw my husband literally just at war with these pigeons, because they're annoying. And we already, in the apartment I'm living in, the windows are really flaky and it needs to be repaired, but we don't have money, so I'm just not touching it at all. And he would shoo away the pigeons so harshly. He did that once. I saw it. I'm like, wow. I mean, the energy that came out of him for a pigeon. Then another day he just recently he took his whole. Not to worry, we don't live in the same house, so I'm safe. Thank you for supporting me. I love him very, very much. So, there's no need to read too much into my personal life. But my personal life is what is teaching me every day, every moment, and transforming me, changing me, and giving all these absolutely beautiful wisdom that I just love being with. And it makes sense to life and living when this happens. Because, like I said, the energy is accumulating, and sometimes you also feel very burdened by it, and the drag is very hectic, tiresome. But you still have to drag your body and go do what's right. I didn't eat much today, but I don't have a very smooth routine. It's casual, not bound by any time for lunch or anything like that. It's a very free form of living, freelance. So again, bear with me because I am tracking my thoughts. I was debating on whether to give in to my tired body or whether to go and eat. And I didn't have the energy to cook, so there is a canteen nearby. I can just go and eat. But I already did a couple things, chores today, and I was so tired walking. My lower back hurts a little bit, and then there's fear. The fear is always there, but but we have overcome it. We've lived so far. My mother is 81. It's amazing what life she's lived and how much has gone by. But you do have to choose. Doesn't matter how real it seems that you're so tired you can't drag your body. These are simple things, right, in life. But you're supposed to be using your mind, your body, and your spirit all in balance to be able to gather the energy you need to go do, to respect life, to value the experience of living. So I did that. I dragged myself slowly. It was almost closing time in the canteen, but I did it. And the lady who was serving the rice was kind of in a spell. They never do that. They have very strict rules here, but they first give some rice, sambar. Then the second time they give some more rice and some rasam, like that. But this lady, the first time itself, she took a second heaping of the plate and she dumped it on my plate. I mean, she was possessed. If she wasn't even connecting with me, then I smiled, because my Lord, my sweet Lord, the God, the whatever that higher mind is, that is actually connected with you and is listening to everything you're saying, you're thinking, you're talking. Because before I left the house, I said, okay, I haven't eaten really properly today, so I'll go bless my body with a good meal in the night and I'll come back. So I was a good girl. I did the right choice and I went there. And see these little things that when you are experiencing that kind of love, I'm doing it to myself, yes, but there is a different spirit within that is guiding you and empowering you and encouraging you, like a mother, like a father, like a brother, like a friend. It's like you're living with a person who loves you so much, right? I think I'm right about this because for me, my experience is my truth, isn't it? Because I'll tell you why my heart's heavy, because this whole separation, classroom, away from my husband. My son is somewhere. He's in US. We are in India, but we live in separate houses. We're not at war. No, we're not divorced. We're married very much. But there is this war going on, and it seems like our family is experiencing all the little things that everyone is experiencing in the world. So, in my attempt to bring love into the family, into the hearts, and eliminate all the enmity, eliminate the toxic energies, I'm doing this work. I don't know where this is all going. I'm not sure if I can see the whole picture, the big picture, but this has been my journey. Somehow it's turning out to be a story of love, and I'm choosing it all the time. As I'm failing, then I'm getting back up. So it's a walk, because all I can remember from my childhood is I want, like, it's just this craziness for love. But yesterday I was thinking in my mind that this kind of craziness that revolves around love is much better than any other kind of craziness out there. So I'm fine with it. We're going to continue doing the work, and we will see what happens in the story, because it's an unscripted page. Every day we're writing it and living it. That's why it's important what decision you make, what choice you make, what you're doing right now. It's very, very, very important. It's not casual at all, because that will lead to the next thing, that will lead to the consequences, and so on and so forth. So I think the Lord was happy with my decision to go eat, and I felt loved. And when she put all that rice on my plate, because like I said, they don't do that usually. They're very strict, they're very aware, but there was some spirit that came on to her, and she did that to me, and I smiled, and I realized, wow, I think the Lord's blessing me to eat all that. I thought it was too much. I just let it happen because there was no control. She just put it on my plate. I don't usually waste. I'm very grateful for the food that I get here. Can't really complain. But I ate it all with gratefulness. It was beautiful. If we are awake, and if we let God come into your life and fill you with love, children, you will feel blessed, and you will rise up from wherever you are at, from whichever place. It doesn't matter how deep in trouble or how deep in depression. It doesn't matter. It lifts you up. If you do get a chance to have a relationship with me and listen to my stories, you will understand. I'm 51, but I've lived enough to know, to surrender, to change, transform. I've been there and I've seen it all. Trust me. The level at which the energy of rebellion was twisted and wrapped all around me was incredible. And if something like this can pierce through me and change me, anyone can. So that leads back to my attempt of changing the pattern of the thought forms in the mind. Okay, you're watching it, I'm angry at someone, this one said this, so there is offense. Okay, how can I change it? Because feeling offended doesn't feel good. How do I get out of it? How do I overcome it? You love, because the other side, it is always going to end in war, it's always going to end in tears. So the other day my husband took his big fat palm and beautiful hands, big hands he has. He does this work on the body. So we've come a long way. Takes his hand and just hits the little cockroach. I've been bombarded with this cockroach lately. So every day there's something or the other to do. I'm not even alone here. I have something or the other to deal with. But lately I have been attacked by a family of cockroaches, the small ones. They run a lot. It's hard to catch them. You kill them, you feel bad. So I'm working on it to love them as much as I have taught myself to love the pigeons that disturb you by the windowsill. So we'll see how that goes. I hope I pass my test. But he took his hand and he he just slapped it on the ground, with so much force, and he's huge, he's tall and big, and I said, wow, that's a lot of energy for such a small creature. So I see him do little things like that, and I take it in and I try to, wow, I try to turn it around. I try to change it within myself. I'm literally not fighting anymore. I'm just so tired of all the toxic energies, and I'm just done with it. Seriously. So I go out and I am getting trained by the pigeons. It's like that, right? It's like when you're with cats, you wait, so you let them smell, and then when the energies are going back and forth in the same level, then they come to you. You can pet them, because then they're not afraid. Get it? When there is fear in the space, love cannot penetrate, or you cannot see that the love is already there, because that's what it's like a camouflage. All the other energies, all the other vasanas, all the other vices, they are like that's delusion actually, but it does exist as an opponent for this other thing to rise up in us. Even if you have a little harsh energy and you move towards them with aggression or a little fast, they run away. Indian cats are different. It's very difficult to get darshan from cats. It's very difficult to get the attention from it. But lately I'm getting better at it. I have a lot of strange and stray cats that I see, and there is a silent, non-verbal relationship going on. So the pigeons, though, it's cute. I'm an artist and I love colors, and I love connecting with nature, creation. I'm sure many would vibe with me on that topic. So I go and I look at the pigeons, and the birds are like that. Birds are they have like a very small energy around them. So as a human being, though, in my understanding, even if you're into gods and whatever higher spirits, I think human beings are the only and only created being that can experience the ultimate perception of humanity and divinity. Oh, that was beautiful, wasn't? Isn't it beautiful? I didn't even think about this until it's just spontaneously flowing from this place of love, like you said. Human beings, that's why we are so fortunate. Even gods are jealous of us, because when we perceive divinity and when we live in that space of that presence, it's absolutely beautiful. What we say is beautiful, what we do is beautiful, what we feel is beautiful, what we think is beautiful, what we touch, everything becomes beautiful. When you cook food, many people, it's, wow, that's so divine. How you cook, with what intention, for who you're cooking. you know Even when drawing for someone, making a card for someone, that person's energy brings out the best. It's proportionate, it's proportional, it's you know equal and opposite. The more love, the more beautiful. The fishes are very, like they said, they only have 3-second consciousness. That's why they keep moving like that. So with the pigeons, I see that even if I have a little extra energy, I peek out, they fly away. But sometimes they just look directly at you. I've had a parrot. You had parrot in your house for more than 30 years. Greeny boy. Beautiful experiences we've had with him. He passed away. His spirit left his body while his right eye was looking at me, and I knew the moment he was gone. For me, all these experiences were overwhelming, but actually so beautiful, touched my heart to the deepest level, because I was not like that. I was very mature with all these things, just trying to run away, trying to find my life, very worldly, I would say. I didn't have time, or I didn't have the cognizant consciousness to experience these little things in my life. But the pigeons, aren't they beautiful? So now I have a big love affair going on with all the pigeons. So I tell them, no, John's not here. Nobody's going to shoo you away. I would mention that after he did that with the cockroach, I said, you're addicted to being a warrior. At some point, we have to stop, right? Well, we don't have to accept all the named diagnosis of our mental states. Everybody has lived their life, seen some life, and PTSD, ADSD, this, that, HD, this, all the alphabets. If we believe in something like that, then we can get carried away. There is no greater medication than love. Really. It doesn't matter how deformed you are or handicapped you are, or love does work. It does penetrate hearts. It does. Like I said, the journey of the soul is a personal relationship with God, and it starts its journey. It started, now it has to end somewhere. It just keeps going like that, keeps rolling over and over, life after life, life after life. Accumulative consciousness, but it changes in every lifetime. I've had first-hand experiences with my own son regarding that, but that will keep for a different day. Today we're just breaking through the firmament and going into a different portal. We're beginning the foundation of these whatever talks are going to come through these moments. It will be based on love. That's it. This is the end. It all ends in love. The pigeons want me to talk a little more about them. You see their eyes today. I was directly in connected with its eye, and I can just right in front of my eyes. It's orange and there's a black dot. So beautiful. And then their necks, if you've seen the pigeons' necks, they're this peacock color, right? Green and blue and gray together. It's beautiful. You see, so we can find some excuse or the other. The love part is very creative. It will find some way or the other to forgive, to use all these virtues that actually can stop the war, can bring peace, it can bring balance. It can bring healing. It can absolutely strengthen you, bring you peace of mind. Then when you are in a state of happies like that, you can do a lot better with others in behavior, giving, receiving. It's God's gift, God's money, God's life. When we look at it like that, we don't feel like doing anything that would hurt or disrespect that energy of love, isn't it? Would you? If love is standing right in front of you with big arms and loving eyes and welcoming you, I think it would suck in anyone, bring in anyone, and wrap them around with its warmth. But we don't want more warmth. Now it's too hot, but you know what I mean. So wish you all a very happy Easter tomorrow, 2025. Ultimately, all stories, all the spirits, energies, it all comes back to the Christ-like attitude and mentality. It's a very strong sensation of presence that is so obvious. It's deep, it's vast, so it takes as much time as it takes for each one. All we have to look into is what are we doing? How are we with this life given to us? That itself takes away a chunk of our time. It keeps us busy. Things get done faster because there is a powerhouse of an energy that pushes away the debris, and there's clarity, it's cleansing. So that kind of spirit, when you carry, you walk around, it's a very freeing feeling, and wherever you go, it's like you're cleaning it up, and things work out. You're not stuck in a war, you're not stuck in a negative state of depression, doubt, confusion, chaotic, scattered brain. That's what happens when you're transferring those kind of energies to the other person. I did this as an exercise. I see that the person is not having the awareness or the mental minds, mind to understand, to do something. Then I start helping them. I know what I want. I'm clear. I'm not going to let that affect me. I'm going to affect them by my effort to clear it out, help them lovingly, kindly, and then there's no war. It does work. It works 100% of the time. Just like this, these talks that's been coming, it's helping me first understand. It's blessing me. I'm also listening to it as it's coming to me, and then it's flowing through me, and then I'm doing this work to record it, because I was a little restless and I was thinking all. Then suddenly when all that clears out in that beautiful space of canvas, these beautiful thoughts start to come. Then oh my god, this is happening again. As like I said, it's been a while. I didn't think that anything else was going to happen after the last album. 100% of the time, 100%. I mean, it's so right on spot. It goes along with something or the other that you connect with. Like it started off with my mother's birthday, and then it's been accumulating. I had a beautiful day that day, and she was totally getting blessed in the all around, because she was telling me to pray for her, that she wants to leave. She's tired in her old body and she's suffering. She has help, she has moral support, but my heart's going out for all the beautiful souls that has lived for a long time on this beautiful earth and has carried a lot many burden for others and for themselves, But I think that was the Lord promising me that my mother would leave peacefully and her journey as a soul would end at the right time. Until then, I have made up my mind to be kind to her, always give her love whenever she needs it, because it's hard to connect with her mind. She's fine, her memory is fine, and she can remember, and she's her, compared to so many at 81, she's a strong spirit, strong soul. Very proud of her. In the evening, when I came back after eating ice cream and some other bank work got done, which was another big story of love, where some of my friends had come and they were supposed to give me some money, but then she's also like my student, so I tell her I was writing to her without getting offended, because see, when we think that the other person intention, right, you say something with something in your mind, but if it's not coming from the place of honesty and truth, the other person is going to take it in the wrong sense, because it's again, like I said, there's so many energies going back and forth. It's magnetic, you're connecting with people. In day two, people come together. These are human bodies with a lot of stuff happening in their bodies, in their minds, with thoughts, as feelings. Just think about it. It's a big lump of, it's just a big ball of energies walking around. So it has to start somewhere where the love part connects with the love part, you know. So even if they're saying something from their mindset, you start to understand this is psychology. This is, you don't need to be a doctor. You have to have simple mind and a pure heart. You can understand anybody and help. That's why we do this work, and it's not selfish at all, and you're not trying to get some anything out of it. You're doing it because it's the right thing to do. Be good for goodness sake, right? So I was telling her just a couple of days back, but there was some misunderstanding because in her mind she's I've been helping her a lot in her life, and whether she knows it or not, whether she's getting there or not, everyone's journey is different because there's a big baggage that we're carrying in our minds depending on how old our souls are, lifetimes. So if we haven't done some work in the previous lives, then it's accumulated in this life, and it seems like a big burden, but it's doable. So her giving word, do something, put some money in my bank, whatever, but she didn't do it. So then I asked her, was it intentional? And she misunderstood it as being mean. So then I diffused it because it was not true. But if you've not done the work in the natural, a being can actually react to it, and then our negative energy will come out. Now we're at war, isn't it? So what happened to all the love experiences we've had? What happened to all the friendship we had? Think about it. No, we have to just give it some space. Look at it. If you train your mind enough, it will get the strong muscles to be able to do this. Because thoughts are very powerful. And the mature, at whatever maturity level you're working at, it will help the other person to come back to be in the same page. So I had to go out to get that work done, and it was possible because the person you think that is going to help you actually was stopped from helping you. It's not even her fault, it just happened that way. Nobody really is thinking, yeah, I'm going to do this, yeah, this is going to happen. I'm not talking about organized crime here. I'm talking about a very spontaneous simple people who have problems in life and family dysfunctions. So that's how I've been surviving, actually, by thinking, no, actually that person, I'm thinking this way, okay, these thoughts are coming from me. You don't know, you will never know what the other person actually intended or thought, or what's going on in their body. There are people who say it hurts when it's not hurting, and there are people who say it's not hurting when it's actually hurting, and they're carrying it silently, so others don't suffer. You see, it's two different sides, exactly at the opposite. Jesus didn't complain. What compassion, the level, if that story is true and you just think about it, even if it's fiction, come on, somebody is being killed in the cross and he's able to forgive and he's able to change people around him, even at the peak of pain and suffering. You know what I mean? He took his mind and heart into the level of God, which is love. From that place of love, he could say, forgive them. In these days, nowadays, I think we should say forgive them because they do know what they're doing. So the very person you think is not going to be able to help because of this, because of that rule, because of this rule in the premises that I go to, to eat and have ice cream, they're very strict there, like I said. But nobody was there. It was kind of cool. There was not much crowd. So I asked that lady, "Can you help me put under $1,000 in my bank? Because they're troubling me with some AMB, average minimum balance. We don't have income here." That's another story to tell how we live in God's economy. But she said, "Ask the ice cream guy," because I just had ice cream with him and I have a good relationship with him. That's why, see, you should maintain a good relationship with everybody, because you never know who God will use to help you at what time. At that time, you shouldn't be thinking, "Oh, this is the person I fought with the other day." You see, matters the way you talk, the way you behave, what virtues you're going to use at that time. It all matter, comes together, accumulates. So I asked him, and he agreed, because he didn't have to, he could have said no, but he did it seamlessly, smooth. So again, then I started to think, reflecting on it. Said, I thought my friend was going to help her. Something stopped her. But this person I've never done this before. And so something that we think, our mind is limited to the world's rules and all that was overridden. Understand what I'm trying to say? Even if it's true, it can be overridden by supernatural. So it's natural, actually. It's not even supernatural. It's natural for that energy of love to just go anywhere in cracks and crevices and just touch anything, everything, and transform them. It's a way more vicious and ferocious virus. Yeah. Once it's in you, because it's in all of us. It's in all of us. It can become big, it can rise. It can make all the beautiful, most wonderful things happen in your life. Excuse me. I hope somebody is saying God bless you. Wow, that was powerful. It's never happened before. So please excuse me. I'm in the flow here, so can't really stop the recording. It begins and it ends when it wants to. It moves through and then it stops. So it was a very beautiful day. I came back and in the elevator I met another old man. We never talk. And of all that day, on my mother's birthday, I'm simply standing there waiting. And he asks about my mother. I said, "It's her birthday today." And then he asked, "When are you going to go see her?" I said, "I don't know. It's God's will." So it was so sweet. It's like my prayers were answered instantly. So I hope she received it, and all the other beautiful old women out there, they're all suffering. There is a lot of suffering going on in their minds. It's not easy to live in the same body for 81 years, that too with all the burden of sorrow and whatnot, hardships. So I'll end with this little story because my mother's energy is still here with me. Today I went out to do some phone work, and the guy didn't open the shop. So I waited. They said 4:30. They said I waited for 1 hour actually. And I almost gave up because I was waiting nicely, not with stress, not with. I have learned to just sit in the space for hours anywhere for the right thing to happen. It's not a big deal for me, experienced. So went to some other shop. I was gonna buy some ice cream there. I created some plan, but I waited, and just when I was gonna leave, the guy opened the shop. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, it's all decision making, right? Make the right decision or not. Sometimes people just move with the spirit. They're not really doing all this mind work. There's no time. There's the world is so demanding now that you be deluded, that you have to be confused, you have to be fast, you have to be, otherwise things don't get done. Nobody even stops for 1 second before you can make a decision. But when your mind is trained like this, like I said, when you get muscles and you're strong, it's faster than the fastest intelligent mind out there, really, because you don't have other little obstacles or distractions. Your mind is so focused and you're doing, effortlessly. So anyway, you're making decisions really quick and fast, and because it's automatic, it's an intelligence. See, because we are like this, that's why they're able to make something like artificial intelligence and all that. It's coming from the human being. If there is truth, then you can lie, isn't it? You can always have a counterfeit of something which actually already exists. Think about it. There is no greater intelligence than the human brain and the human mind, which is faster than, like I said, the phone doesn't really capture the weather in the real time, but your mind and your body and what you're seeing out, you can experience that. So it was very sweet that it ended with that man asking me, and then it rained in the evening, cooling down the whole situation. It was a very surreal experience. The presence was felt. Sometimes even the wind, it happens. Because see, what I'm trying to say is, you're thinking something and you're praying, or you're feeling really deep in this space of love, and then even the weather actually chimes in and starts to blow the wind, or you hear some sound, or you know what I mean, you get a jolt of some kind of a presence there. It's an experience. You can't really name it or confine it to a ritual or a protocol. It's free. There's no oppression there or fear. There's no fear at all. So today I was just sitting there waiting. Then I went and sat in a different place which was a little shady, and I saw this old woman just sit there. I didn't really give it much thought, but after a while she walked. She had this stick and she really looked like people could judge her. Her body was looking very dilapidated. She had a stick and she had some crazy bag, but she had beautiful eyes. That I noticed, but I was scared to look at her because a place like this is full of people and you never know. You don't want to go and really involve or put your finger in anything, even having like casual social relationship. It's a little, you have to be careful because you could go wrong, because there are some real challenging energies walking around this place, unhealthy and toxic. So she comes after a while. She's using the stick to walk, and she's really hitting it hard on the ground so it's a noise, so you can hear it. She comes and sits right next to me, and just naturally I just smile at her, and she smiled back, and she just casually started to talk, and I'm thinking, wow, she's lived some life. How much is going on in her head? And believe me, she was talking fluent, awesome English. Her eyes are so beautiful. And she said, I just came to buy some essentials in English. She was talking in English. And now it's really, again, like the later on, like I said, later on when that lady put the rice, I knew this was somebody making them do these things. So I felt the spirit was in this lady too. I'm like, wow, this is so weird in a good way. And she said, "Did you buy mangoes? Mangoes are there. It's mango time." How did she know? Because I had just bought a mango. I shook my head, but then I put my finger out and I said, "I just bought one." So there was that little bit of, I don't know why I said no. That was a lie, but even that micro, right? Micro fine tuning your what you're thinking, what you're talking. Is there truth in it? Are you aligned? Are you in tune? Are you calibrated? Is that what it's called? Yeah. So she said, I've been living here for 15 years. And I was bold enough to ask her, how old are you? She didn't tell me, but she said, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to go. Very sweet soul. There was no bitterness in her or anything. She was just adjusting to the deteriorating body and living on her own. What an amazing lady. Wow, how strong she must have been, or she is. God bless her soul. So that goes along with my mother's story too, right? All these people are just waiting to just go. So what are we doing with our life? I can't even imagine living until 81 and still, having a strong mind, strong heart. Really, old people must be respected. Yeah, they can be quirky and they can, sound crazy or look not up to the mark of your caliber, but again, you could be so wrong because you shed the body consciousness as you grow older, or how much of a work you do in the mind and the body, in the spirit, and your own journey of this sadhana. If you do have a spiritual intention, a good intention, doesn't have to be religious, don't get me wrong, but like wanting to be a good person. So you're doing all this work, you kind of shed the body consciousness a lot. It's rare to be that old and sane and talking, and even especially after having lived alone. Like I said, it's a different kind of craziness. You came for something, came for love, you got attracted to a place for some reason, and then you continue. So these crazy encounters, people, what you learn, how you are with, then you go back home, you reflect, and then we start a new day after reviving, resurrecting for a new day, for a new beginning, for new ways to experience love within and with each other. I hope I have done justice to today's blessing, which I very much needed, as this volcanic explosion of the human limitations, mental challenges, body aches. Anyway, we did it, we're here. And I wish all of you very happy good night, and looking forward to a more beautiful Sunday, sunrise and Easter, however, wherever everybody is celebrating. May the spirit of love engulf every soul, everybody, whether you're celebrating Easter or not, it doesn't matter. but we're using an excuse for celebrating, like birthdays, and creating a situation and space for people to come together, share food, share thoughts, share wisdom, perfecting the momentum of giving and receiving. So let love come in. It's not even a risk. Open the doors of your heart. Would you? Just open your heart and let it come in. Bestow upon you the peace that you need, the strength, the wisdom. Eyes to see, ears to hear. Be good. Let's move on to the next level. Clean up our kingdom. Build new homes of beautiful thoughts, words, and actions. Totally disconnected from the chaotic, unreal world. There's no end to that, really. But we still can be in the world too. We have to. We all are in line to inherit the earth. So, my mother actually said a beautiful thing that I always laughed, smiled, and she was thinking of me. And that was so beautiful, because like I said, I didn't have a very close relationship. We didn't connect. We're so different. I love her. I love her very much. Helped her a lot. So it's beautiful to connect with souls again. Come together. Not fall apart, break away, run away. Let's come together. Love can always bless the fear. It doesn't have to catch fire and spread it to everybody else. Just a little bit of an understanding that can be done. So it's a new concept, but it sounds very simple. Might be hard to follow and practice, but may you find your peace. Find it. Do some work, and make up your mind to love, to at least not hate and not create war for everything and anything. We got to heal our offenses. We got to heal it somehow. And I'm here to help in any way I can. So bless you all. Be happy. And we will see you in the next round. Until then, keep your heart strong. You can't complain that no one loves you, because I'm here to say I love you. I love you will end with that. I love you. Love you very, very much. All my love. And I hope I'm doing a little part from where I am to begin this beautiful story of love. We'll start all over again. Forget the past, forget everything. New thoughts, new feelings, new healings, new beginnings. Why not? Try something different. So go tell somebody that you love them today. You'll feel good. You'll feel good. And continue to do the work. Keep up the good work as much as you can. My best wishes to everyone. Okay, let's do it. April 25th. Today, Friday. Good morning from India. How is everybody doing? As for me, my sunny romance continues. Hang in there. Be cool. Do what you need to do to cope. And I'm here to say a few words of truth. Nothing else matters. The name of the game here is to see, know, be, and accept the truth. Whatever it is, in all ways. So today's truth is God loves you. God loves me. God loves me. I don't have any doubts about it. At this age, when you reflect on your experiences, it is mind-blowing how quietly the spirit of love has blessed us, been there to pick us up every time. The kind of love that so sweetly and so lovingly and so effortlessly makes you bow down. This is coming from a person of colossal rebellion and not an easy life and easy family. So definitely my experience of God's love is true because it is experienced by me. From this place of love, I'm here to tell you that you are loved too. If I say I love you, that counts as God loves you. It's the connection. Just this morning, dragging myself through the challenges, the challenges of the body, the throat pain, the knee pain, whatever, all the decisions we have to make for all the little things. But meeting two friends with a smile, it makes a big difference. The connection is there. It's always nice, isn't it, when you connect with somebody with the same mindset, the same, a part that is friendly and familiar, right? It kind of uplifts you, gives you meaning for life and a conversation and an experience. We are all within our own presence. So many things happen in our lives that if we stop for a moment to think and reflect, it's not all us doing it. It's diluted. Because when you start to experience love at a level where it does the impossible things, practically impossible, moves through spaces that doesn't exist, it creates the space, then you start to wonder, you kind of freeze. It's magical. The kind of magic that it's an ongoing relationship. You have to keep up with the rhythm for the song to finish from beginning to end. It's so good that sometimes it's annoying because we are in an imperfect world. We are here to learn what's on the other side of stress, anger, hate, hurt. So thanks to the opposites. But we are here to talk about love, with love and for love. Because no matter what, thinking and talking about what's not good creates an unpleasant sound in the space. Everybody loves good music, right? But highly intolerable it would be for an unpleasant sound calling itself music, right? If there's one person putting a wrong beat next to you, tell me, how would you react? Simple analogy. So it's like that, we're all connected, and if there's one person not in tune, on beat in the orchestra, it's going to create a bad sound. It's not going to be a good show. But love is here. God loves you. Sit with that thought for the rest of the day and experience His presence. Some time or the other, you will get the idea. It's an experience. Words cannot express and do justice. But we will keep going forward. We're not going backwards. It will lead you. We are in the lap of love, and it's creating a story for each of us, connecting people and creating a family. So we will move on and continue on with that. let it in, open the doors, and simply sleep in peace with sweet dreams. Take it easy. Live your day with simple experiences. And when you look at it with a clear mind, it's not all that bad. Roads will clear up. One thing will lead to the other. And everything that has happened is a lesson, it's an experience. Love is confident in its nature and knows there is no wavering or being distracted. It's powerful. Darkness, it's like darkness has to go everywhere, create darkness, do all this work, go everywhere, be in the space. Think about it. Light, it just stays in one place. Small little light, it spreads to the entire room. Apply it to the energy of love. It's powerful. We had talked about love is here. We were moving on to the Easter, and all these celebrations are just an excuse to come together and be together and experience love. So we don't have to take it too seriously or create wars, giving excuse of differences, because that's not what love is. When you connect, when you feel one, you grow bigger. So I was just observing the events and moving on. There was no big celebrations or get-togethers this year, but there was certainly a lot of love, prayers, and then the Pope passed away. That's a big thing. The events are happening, big things are happening. So hang in there, embrace yourself. This beautiful, short and sweet, profound word that God loves you no matter what. And when you start to learn how much you also love, it becomes a beautiful dance. I have been there my whole life, knowingly or unknowingly. We think about ourselves only, and all the hurt and the hate and how much love we have in God. But if we turn it around, that's what love does, it turns it around. How much am I loving? I'm gonna do this with love. I'm so sick and tired of toxic energies, anger and offense draining me out. Yeah, someone's nodding their head. Let me love. Figure it out what it is. It's very enlightening. It's very simple and straight, and there is absolutely no conflict. Even if there is one, it actually diffuses it. It's beautiful. You can't win against our rebellion and our anger and our all this. It is nothing with one blow. It's a gentle moving spirit, the power of the wind, one blow. And it's all cleaned up, cleared out. So for today, all I have is this good word. Let us continue. Live life. Rise up in love. experience it, and then we will sit together and share the beautiful things love does, how it does, where it takes us. It's a higher purpose for the existence of life itself. It is the only purpose actually, because we've been so low and down there. We think this is high, but this is the normal thing, which is coming to normality. Calibration is almost done, right? Integration is almost over. Where do we go from here? So keep up with the good work. Take every day as a new and beautiful day and do your best in creating an art of your own self that occupies the space, the canvas. Okay, so we will talk more later, elaborate on these beautiful thoughts and share the blessings to one and all. So love you, love you, love you. You cannot sit there and complain nobody loves you, because I'm here to say that I love you and I mean it. So much love. I was eating in the canteen the other day, and right next to me a mother and son were escalating their really disturbing conversation. It was turning into hurt and hate, and I first stopped myself from involving, but I've been through that, and it was just a spontaneous connection, and I stopped my eating and I just radiated love. It was so spontaneous, I wasn't even thinking about it, and later I reflected on it, thought about it a lot, and it was actually the first time I was seeing how much love has transformed me, how much. That's why this word it's been bubbling and it's been accumulating within me. I have to let it out, otherwise it makes you feel sick, So I tried conversing and I touched their hearts, and the mom started to cry because what the matter of concern and argument was not even the issue. Obviously she was having bigger issues. So I just spoke to her. I said, anger is not going to work. Choose love, try it. If you really believe this is God's place and God's helping you and God is powerful, then just let him. She started to cry, and the son reached out his hand and started wiping her tears. Now I am all crying and saying, see, there is love. So what is all this other drama going on? Hurt and all that. Mothers are powerful. They can choose love too. Trust me, I have a son. I've learnt a lot figuring out how can I do this with love, because the other thing is not working. It just goes on and on and on, and then you get bored and tired of that pattern. Because the energies are adult energies, the vasanas, the vices, they are fully formed. It doesn't matter if it's through so now we're having a very dysfunctional adult relationships, and most of the times energies are non-verbal, transferring from one person to the other. And the science is very fascinating and deep. We can talk about it later, but it's very powerful. It exists. In 2 minutes I was also learning, I was also watching, I was also experiencing, because I didn't have any big goal. My heart just went out to. There was another lady who came and God is in him, do this, do that. It was not practical. So he was showing me, okay, that side also is there. But to truly understand exactly what they're going through, and if you let the arrow appropriately, then they feel so comfortable in that space. There is no intimidation. You're not shy, you're not. That's what all this is about, the whole shame and the body and guilt and all that. It's an accumulated version, and the energies are big, but in one blow it can just wipe away. Trust me when I say 2 minutes. Heavy energy. And I wiped her tears and I said, whatever it is that you're going through, God knows, don't worry. Try it with love and friendship. If we can fight like adults with a little kid, then we can also do it with love. I was trying to talk in her language. She started talking in English. It was weird. Sometimes mothers think the child has to do something for them to feel better. Trust me, even if they do it, we're not going to feel better. What's inside of us is what's going to make us feel better or not. And then even if the child's not making it, he's going to grow up and learn on his own. So we're not dependent on somebody else's action. You love no matter what. That's your duty. And you keep making it stronger and stronger and stronger. Then the son also started to cry. So I heard his version of the story also sneakily, I just connected with him, touched him lovingly. Because every time she's pushing this hot coffee on me, I said, leave him, let him not have or have. It was a very simple thing. So I caught both of them off guard when he wiped her tears. Because he couldn't tolerate her being sad. And really, children do understand hurt and pain, so they will understand love too. As an adult, I told her, you have to try and find the strength to bless him. You have an opportunity with love. Connect properly, and the connection is not right. Nothing that goes through that connection, everything that goes through that connection will also not be right. So literally it took 2 minutes to diffuse that. I made them shake hands, be friends. I told him what he needs to hear and what she needs to hear, and there was nothing personal at all. How beautiful it was. Even though it was personal and it was, So God was showing me how much I've been loved that I could do that to some strangers. Gave them a little strength and a little boost. Not that everything is gonna be okay right now, but it's work. I have to start somewhere. And the child, the sweetest thing came out of him. It was so beautiful. So in my understanding, what happened was the love just blew away all that hurt. And even though that it is real, it does feel very horrible. Trust me, I've been through that. Sometimes it takes a long time to clear before you can find that love. But wasn't it sweet? He made me do that work to see, and I felt good. I felt like I was touched. So that's why we are on the topic of love here. You carry that presence within you, and it will do what it needs to do wherever it is necessary. It's not a written script. It's very real and spontaneous, and the experience is the truth. And 100% of the time it will work. It will touch. It will do what it needs to do. Excuse me. If it is true, If the love is true, it will work. So believe in it. God loves you, and so should you. With love and respect. We are on the love train here, and a word or two with love and respect will touch your heart. And I hope and pray that you will see what you need to see from the place you're at. I saw the most beautiful sky today. It lasted for just a few seconds. The hue that it was filling the rooms, beautiful. But we have to be in a state of mind and catch it and see it, right? It's connected. We are all connected. If there is a negative thread, then that's how the current will flow. So I hope and pray that you will see it from the best part of your heart and hear it in a way that your heart opens and your mind clears out. Love and respect goes hand in hand to experience pleasant happenings between people. When you have respect, we can love better. And when we love deeper, the respect is higher. Think about it. Very powerful virtues when we connect love and respect. We are in an attempt here to empower the good and attempt to stop all wars, to heal the offenses. That's where it all comes from. We're offended, so want to get back, want to react. Love does not do that, and respect always brings out the best behavior. What's within you is what comes out. So if what's coming out is not pleasant, then we have to go in and within to clean it up. It's just a little bit of work, but it's possible. What else do we have in this body that we are, animating, experiencing some kind of a spirit life within the purpose of our mere existence? Think about it. Take some space. Think about it. The more respect you experience from within, the more powerful the love can become. Nothing else matters. From that place, we align ourselves with absolute clarity, honesty, and it radiates a presence that is beautiful to be with. And wherever we go, we create that huge, beautiful light that is pleasant to be around. It is powerful. It is way more powerful than all the scary vices, anger, violence, hurt, hate. This other thing is very big. It can blow away the fears in a moment of its conscious presence of love, respect, and you experience that grace all around. Think about it. We're gonna keep this short and sweet. What it means to love and respect. The self-respect from within needs to be touched in such a way that we respect no matter what. With this whole life is like we are on the stage, not acting for anyone, but we are here on the real stage, acting and animating our life. The one life we have the truthful presence of our own self. And hopefully we all do a good job. It's like we're watching ourselves. It's been recorded. I came across these words the other day that history is not exactly what happened, but something that somebody recorded and remembered. It's beautiful. But here we are the story. We are making a history by living because it's being recorded somewhere in our conscious mind and our consciousness, and it will accumulate. I was taught to respect even the most vile energy that's hitting me from outside through somebody. Instead of reacting, instead of giving it back what it's seeking. What it is seeking is the same kind of energy from us. So then now it's dancing back and forth. Can you stop it? It in such a way that it either changes or it leaves you. Cleaning up all the toxic energies from within, and it's all connected with how we live, all the simple mundane things in life that makes us a person, makes our story. who we are and what we're doing here. So, for today, let's love and respect a little more. Figure out what that means. Even if you're disrespected, there's no need to prepare for war all the time, collecting your weapons. We have all the goodness within us. So, can we prepare ourselves to stop it, to spread the love? Let's give it a try. And we will move on to, as we are on this love train, to God provides. God protects. And that means you have to know that you're loved. Just know that you're loved. When someone loves you, they protect you also. I was thinking of these thoughts because the memory of my son's relationship with God, how much he was protected, practical, literal manifestation of God's hand in his life. That made me think of how many times I have been protected. I'm 51, I've lived some life. Sometimes, without knowing, we've been taking it for granted, or we don't give it much thought. And that doesn't matter. For the one who is loving and protecting, they are always doing it. When you are aware and you realize, you kind of do the work with God, you keep rising yourself higher. Higher than the human emotions, the human limitations, the human offenses and weaknesses. And one understands what it is to love divine. Twice it happened, very profound experience. My son ran away into the lift, the elevator, when I had left him to play with some toys and thought I'll take a quick shower and come back. When I came back, he was gone. I ran out, and just in time before my heart sank, I saw the upstairs uncle bring my boy back home from the elevator. He was very tiny, but he was walking when he was 8 months, so my heart sank, because then a mother's guilt and what did I do wrong? You don't think of things like that would even happen. So supernatural and so heartbreaking. and you realize how weak we are, that attachment, and all the emotions and all the sadness that comes with it. But when he came back, he had grease all over. He wasn't talking that much. So I wanted to make him realize how important it was for him to be a good boy, so I don't feel hurt or sad like that. But again, he's a child. There was some energy that just grabbed him, took him away to do some naughty things in the lift, God knows what. But his whole body was covered with grease, the black grease, so he must have tried to. He must have gone in, pressed some buttons, I don't know. But his whole body was filled with that black stuff, so he must have put his hand in, touched, I don't know, you cannot even imagine. But not a scratch on his body, not a sign of discomfort or pain. And the Lord spoke to me clearly, as clear as I am talking to you right now, and said, he's protected. No devil from hell can touch my boy, because I am in him, I'm all around him, I'm with him. I don't know why it's hitting me this hard. I have shared this story a lot of times, but today it's hitting me really hard. He came back home, and the perfect timing of the upstairs uncle catching him in the lift and bringing him back home. He's everywhere. It's true. Whether we know it or not, whether we see it or not. So many times, if we are awake and aware, we realize that it's not us doing this, doing that, This whole I feeling just drops off, and you're so humbled that there is another spirit within, there is a higher energy, power that drives us to do this, do that. And when you're a child of God, nothing can harm you. No one can touch you. You rise up every day so confident and so bold, no matter how hard the situations you are in or how horrible it looks for the world. I hope these words are giving you strength if you're listening to this. Each one has their own stories and pain and suffering, but maybe it's my job to share and give a word or two of faith and strength, and know that there is nothing that can stop God from loving you, protecting you, giving you a life that you deserve. If we are aware and we are walking with Him, it will be even more joyous and glorious. Another time I was in the premises, and there are some rules in that you cannot take a bag inside, and some weird security issues. So I had left the bag out right just outside the door, taken my boy, we ate, we came back, we're just outside, the canteen, and right by the door I had kept the bag, and I told my boy to just hang on for a second, and I turned around, picked up my bag. I turned around and my boy was gone. One moment, just like that, he was gone. I thought I was good in keeping up with his fast running and naughtiness, that energy that was just all the time on the edge of doing something wrong or something bad to already happen. So the level of awareness and the level of protective nature of a mother just rose up in me. I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? He's gone, he's nowhere to be found. And all of a sudden, I just, instead of going into a reactive mode, I went into an active mode of doing the right thing. I started asking everybody. It was so weird because it was just like a moment. It was just right there. Like 1 second, it was just gone. He was not a normal boy from the beginning. God's presence was very much experienced from the time of his birth in everything that happened after. So I was aware that this is a test and something's going on. So then I prayed and I started to, with the tears holding back, I started to ask people, and I prayed and I said, Lord, help me find my boy. I don't know what I did wrong. It was just like 1 second and he was gone. And right then this lady was coming by and she said, she came straight to me and said, like God sent, she said, there's a little boy sitting all the way down by the men's canteen. It's quite a while. The ladies' canteen is the side, and all the way, a couple of blocks is the men's canteen. I said thank you to her and I ran over there and I saw him sitting with, there are these people who come and do volunteer services here. They had this scarf, they're supposed to be helpful and do service projects, So you're so shocked that something like that can happen in a spiritual premises like that, and God was just waking me up, never to ever take anything for granted and be awake all the time. I grabbed my son and I started to talk to that man very seriously. I said, what's wrong with you? Why have you picked up my boy and got him here? And then he tells me in this so brain dead and that he thought he was lost. No offense to the system here. It was just an experience. Nothing like that ever happened again, but it was quite a wake-up call. And so I said, if you thought the boy was lost, then now I'm teaching him. You should have asked everybody, right? Or if you're in the right mind, you would be asking everybody if this boy was lost. Oh, I think it was a demonic attack. He was just picked up just like that. My son was not crying. He was not evil. He also looked like, he was retarded, lost, and he was not crying for me because he was in shock. He didn't know what to do. So from that time I was way more careful with him, but I got him back. It was nothing short of a miracle. Then I went and complained to the security that this happened, and they were saying some of the people are not right in their minds, but God's grace, nothing happened. But again, an impossible situation like that, where You have absolutely no idea what happened in a moment of something practical and mundane that you're doing, something normal. But he was so protected. So I started to build my faith a little more stronger and deeper. A lot of things happened even after that. So today the word came very strong. We've been talking about love. God loves you. He provides. He protects. Reflect on it. Think about it. How many times in your life there were situations where there was a higher hand, an invisible, not invisible. He's really there, his presence is very strong within and all around us. But it's time we wake up to realize it, know it, and start having a deeper and meaningful relationship with that being called God or whatever, within yourself. There is a spirit, and it wants you to be happy. Let go of the fears, because His love is so much bigger and mightier to provide for you and to protect you. It's coming from my heart, true experiences. It's as real can be. So I pray that the mothers get a lot more strength and they're happy, and they let the children have a relationship with God as He wills for them, and we do our duty and then let them go free. Sometimes a mother's attachment and too much of controlling or whatever, it blurs the real relationship of love and respect. And we're just human, but there is an energy in every one of us that is higher than that, and each one is going on a journey with that. So be awake and aware to do what's required, the needful, not with selfishness but as a duty, not to just feed your own emotional weaknesses. We have to go within and find that strength, not be mad, this happened, that happened, why did this happen, why did he go out in the lift, get stuck, why did God do this? No, look at the other side of the truth. We don't know. There is karmic consequences for every soul that is on a journey, and one really cannot tally or understand why things happen. But on the brighter side, you're being protected and saved and loved, and for that we need to be thankful. Precious experiences that brings us closer and closer to God. So know that you're loved and you're very much protected. Be and stay where you are and realize the truth. And feel love. Feel that. Feel it. So it's easier to be happy when somebody loves you, right? No fear. So He's always there. whether you pray or not, whether you know or not, He's there, and He's always protecting you. April 28th, 2025, we just spoke about love and respect. Today we have two short and sweet messages or word of love and comfort to those needing it, from someone who's also experiencing the love and grace. Love is here. God loves you. We find, experience, and share the love and respect within and all around. And the truth is, God provides. I have seen it, experienced it in my life, and I have seen it very prominently in others' lives too, and I've also seen them not seeing it. You have to experience it, you have to accept it, that's what's happening. When we develop love and respect within, we start to see things a little differently. Choose to see it from the part of you that's truthful and honest. All the time a habitual complaining or being angry and getting things done with violence, making people uncomfortable around you, that's not victory, isn't it? Think about it. There's a lot to think about. When you sit quiet and with yourself and start thinking, then the truth does come and bless you from within. Yes, it is a little disturbing and challenging with what happens around, and the last thing you think that can happen is not happening, or it's being attacked and disturbed, broken. Oh, but we're rising up here. We are going to the other side, where we're creating a kingdom full of love and experiences that makes our life worthwhile. We can choose to look differently than what is being presented, or what has been a rhetoric, repetitive pattern of discomfort. God provides. This one time I was with my son and we were going through some stuff. We were alone, and how to put it, we were struggling a little bit, and we didn't have enough money, so we had to balance and adjust, and I found the best part of myself and good attitude instead of sinking into. Yes, it was true, we were suffering, we had less money, this, that, but instead of going into that, we tried to find something that we can be happy about, or find our own way to rise up above it and continue. This life's gonna go on. How you live your life is what matters. Today is gonna be gone, and that will be recorded in the memory of this eternal space that we're living in. Attitude matters, isn't it? So we had a meager meal, inexpensive meal in the premises nearby. Training my son to go eat in the canteen and with a coupon, and I'm doing that, and I'm thinking, what a test. There's no guarantee what's gonna happen tomorrow. We don't have a big inheritance, we don't have any. And I just turned around, and there was this person walking with a t-shirt that said God provides. Instant answer, and it gave me so much support and strength. When you're walking with God, and you see him everywhere, and you hear him from all the cracks and crevices, and he talks to you or sings to you when you need it the most. It's beautiful. It really empowers you, and he has been providing his word. I will take care. The confident word of protection and grace and security, it is in that word, and it fills you up with confidence and faith. You don't need to know the details of how he's gonna do it, or because it's a spontaneous act of mercy, depending on where you are and what choices you're gonna make, and what people you're around, and what are they going to do to you too. So it's a spontaneous thing. He doesn't plan. He just goes. He makes a move after the opponent makes the move. So it was a beautiful experience, and I keep remembering that. It's important to collect all the good memories in your life and keep those. Think about it. Think about when there is a unconscious, repetitive thought forms that are disturbing or depressing, or you want to get distracted, or you want to choose to be distracted in order to overcome some other distraction, then you're going in a whole vortex of, when you want to come out of it, you just think differently. You start thinking about, try to recollect the times when you were saved, you were protected, you were helped. You will find the truth of how wrong we've been sometimes, complaining and blaming and finding faults, and so confident that our ego has figured it out and how right we are. Not. So I'm sharing the same thing for whoever. Even if nobody hears this, it's out there in the air. It makes a big difference to spread this word of love in the space that you're in. God provides. He owns everything. There's no poverty mindset or rules or stinginess there. You will receive it. And if we are disturbed, or we think we're not getting what, it's like a parent. Sometimes some bad things that's not good for you is not given to you. It's just a manner of protection and security. Your soul is safe. One day you will realize how beautiful you are and your life is. And we'll all grow up. We'll catch up with time, right? We'll catch up with the good times. So believe in the words God provides those who are suffering and starving and sick and tired. Focus on the right thing to do for today. Change a little bit of your lifestyle, your mannerisms. A lot of work to do. There's no time. All day you can be busy fine tuning and fixing things and whatever is important. You will find a lot of things to clean up and clear out. That's the work. And for all the good effort you put in, you will be blessed abundantly. You will experience the presence of God's hand every moment in your life, in every thought, in every breath. And you will start to be so grateful. Remember that God always provides without expecting anything from you. So, if you're having a house and you have food and you have clothing, be grateful. He's provided you. Use it well and be happy. A very good morning, May 3rd, 2025. Very auspicious, beautiful day for me personally in my life. I have celebrated it. The reason for my existence, you can guess, it's my father and mother's wedding day. They came together. In this precious moment that I'm here and I'm sharing a few thoughts from my heart and mind to tell you and continue with our series, the love series, that God heals. God very much heals. There was a wonderful big bright lightning storm last night here. The biggest I have ever experienced. Rain for hours and hours through the night. A weirdly odd event and a very strong presence, if I may say. And through my fears and through my tears, I was praying for the peace. God heals. This is not a sermon coming from a book. It's coming from my life experiences, my book. One cannot even imagine, one cannot confine it to the words diagnosis and treatment plans. If you let go, if you surrender, if you come out of a little bit of that ego and protective walls we have created around. Yes, life is hard, life is being tough, but nothing is harder for that kind of a soft love to penetrate, enter, touch you in such a way that you experience something different from what's been happening or is told to you is what is going to happen. This is soft love, but mighty power. And it heals inside out, body, mind, and spirit, the life that you're living with, animating your actions. Truth is a very important factor in this journey that goes hand in hand with the virtue of honesty. When we accept, watch, observe, think clearly with truth, everything becomes clear. It's not that complex. That energy doesn't hide, it doesn't have anything that hurts because it loves, you see. I've had several experiences in my body, very, very intense pain and suffering, through which I had the experience of God's love that healed me, literally. The time we were praying and I completely surrendered to His will. It just happened to me, and it can happen to anyone. That is my faith, that is my hope, that anyone can experience God's love, can feel His touch, hear His voice, experience the healing, and even share it. Happy journey. Wishing you all the best, because one never knows when again I will be back to talk or share. I'm here now, celebrating this moment that we are together and telling you God heals. Let Him come, let Him enter and give you the best experiences that you cannot even imagine or orchestrate or control. It is not of violence, anger, oppression that gets things done. A look, a touch, a word is all we need to crumble and embrace Him and say, Lord, I'm home. Where do we go from here? You will see the spaces being cleared. You will experience happiness and success in everything you do. But you will have to come on this side first and let go what we are deluded in thinking that we're bound to, or is not letting us do, or whoever is taking the power to control you in a disturbing, hurtful way. It can change. Things change. It's natural and it's organic. So let it rise. Let it happen. Feel the healing and heal the feeling. And We are here to say that we love you because we have been loved deeply and so very blessed to share this beautiful world. Let love create its story, a new beginning, in a new way. New bodies, new minds, and cleansed, sanitized spirits. And I wish all of you a very happy weekend. Enjoy, be happy, and look out for what life has to offer within and all around you. God bless, God loves, God heals.